Hello guys, welcome back. Konnichiwa. Herzlich willkommen. My friends, I want to give you an update on a ticker LCID, Lucid. I think I don't need to explain this ticker here. We have some squeeze or even short squeeze potential for Lucid. So I give you here my updated chart analysis. We have some technical support here. Everything what I say is of course not financial advice. This is my opinion based on the chart. Yo guys, so when we dive in, before I enable my drawings, I show you the indicators first. So we have here one price goal for the next days or maybe even today for Lucid, and this is this open gap which we still have at $3.05. When I zoom in, then you can see that Lucid gapped down here. That was in February 2025. Then here around the 7th of April, 8th of April, the market bottom has been in. Lucid already had its bottom here by the end of November 2024. We can see that $1.93 has been the all-time low. Then we created this kind of creepy double top pattern, which is a bearish pattern, but it seems like that we have here a very stable price range of support, which I show you in a second, and that we are recovering from here. What we definitely want to see for a squeeze or even short squeeze is that Lucid starts to build higher highs, which means we want to see a price above $3.60, in best case over $3.64. Lucid has short squeeze potential, guys, but we also have here a situation that Lucid is 28% short. Yeah, the short interest in percentage based on the float is 28%, guys. That is huge. That is massive. That means that here are some very bad boys betting on lower prices for Lucid, and of course they will try to drive the price down. Then the next thing what we have to acknowledge is that Lucid has a very big float, over 1 billion shares, guys. Yeah, 1 billion public tradable shares, and we know that when we focus here on the float, that they are diluting the stock since a lot of years, guys. Dilution is not in favor for a short squeeze. I have a lot of tickers here in the market, guys, which can squeeze massively. I focus on short squeeze stocks. If you don't know my channel, I have on Patreon something like my finest selection on short squeeze stocks. I publish them every week frequently, and we had here some massive squeezes in the past weeks. Just last week we had this one here 100%. So what I of course usually do is I try to predict those short squeezes. So I publish those tickers on Patreon before they squeeze, of course. Otherwise it would just be FOMO. This is stupid. You will burn your money quicker than you can imagine that, guys. So I also set the liquidity zone where I expect the squeeze to happen. So my prediction was that the price has to come down in this zone before we see a squeeze. That was exactly what happened. I published this ticker here on Patreon on that day. The ticker came down in the zone. We found support here for 1 day. That is a 4 hours chart here. And then we had our squeeze of 105%. This is what usually happens. I think squeezes between 100 and 300% is more or less normal for short squeeze stocks. This is of course not a guarantee, that don't need to happen, but the biggest squeeze which we had here in the past weeks was this one here, also one of my hot stocks. I talked about this ticker already since February 2025. Alarmed my members. I also mentioned the algo demand zone where usually the big boys are buying. The blue box here, guys, and you can see the ticker never left this blue box, and then we had here our 1394% short squeeze after my screenshot. This ticker still squeezed, guys, in total 2500%. This is a massive squeeze. I expected 600%. That was my prediction for my members. And also we touched this price level here and got rejected. Yeah, we had a huge pullback, but as I said, this ticker was not finished yet and squeezed 2500%. Blah blah blah. Long story short, guys, if you want to see here my secret short squeeze plays, you can join us here on Patreon. The full package membership is where you get access to all my short squeeze plays. As I said, I upload them almost daily or frequently during the week. And also I have trading tutorials available here and beginners questions or also advanced traders in the FAQ section here, where I answer all questions about trading, how to start, which broker, and so on and so on. The link is patreon.com/blackbelttrader, and of course available here in the video description. So when we go back to Lucid, guys, so can we say that we have here a short squeeze play or not? And if yes, what needs to happen if we see a short squeeze? I show you now here my drawings, and we don't need the indicators. Then you can see what we are talking about. So Lucid is trading in this trend channel pattern here, a bearish trend channel pattern. It's a descending pattern. But if we break out of this pattern, we can see a potential short squeeze. We have here no real retest of the previous support, which we had here back in 2023. That was the last time when Lucid had here a massive squeeze. You can see that here. So when we just focus on the volatility, and there is some open business in the chart, 190% was this squeeze here, January 2023. And here is some open business, guys. So technically, yes, I can say that. This is not to hype you up, not to create FOMO, just my honest opinion. Technically, yes, we could even come back here in the $18 range and higher. This is technically possible. However, the volatility is going out of the stock. Yeah, we have a high short interest, we have a big float, and that's why as long as we're trading here in this bearish trend channel pattern, yeah, this pattern here, guys, as long as we're trading in this pattern, Lucid will not squeeze. What does that mean? Based on the actual price, if we want to see a short squeeze for Lucid, we have to break $3.50. If we break out of this pattern here, there is only one small resistance bullish breakout zone. I call them often make it or break it price levels, and this is $3.78. So long story short, between $3.50 and $3.78 is still something like a neutral zone or a more bearish zone because the price is going down. We can see that we not create lower lows here since November 2024, but when we see the overall structure here from the chart, we are not out of the danger zone yet because we also don't create higher highs. That's why we want to see a squeeze out of this box at least over $3.65, in best case over $3.78, guys, and then we can talk about a short squeeze scenario for Lucid. It's very simple. The market, as I said, had its shakeout here on 7-8 of April 2025. You can compare that with a lot of other stocks here where the bottom has been in. Lucid is recovering here. So when we see the lowest price here from this correction here, this M pattern has been finished here. And we can see that we have here already now, yeah, 50%. It's good, right? It's good. But we are not out of this descending trend channel pattern yet, which means we cannot talk about a potential short squeeze as long as we don't break this resistance level. For now, if you are not invested in Lucid, this is of course not financial advice, but what we have right now here, we know that $2.52 acts as a bearish resistance or support, which means here the bad boys, yeah, which shorting here Lucid by 28%, they want to see a price lower than $2.52. This is an important price level. We have a lot of support here, and everything below that until today is just a dip. So that is a perfect dip. If you want to trade Lucid, for now a price below $2.52 is a dip, and the market makers create here this kind of shakeouts, yeah, huge volatility in the pre and after market, massive gap downs. That's why I say for a potential buy-in scenario, everything here below $2.52 is a potential dip, but you have to work with a stop loss since, yeah, we have here the next algo support. If we would see a massive shakeout here, the next algo support is at $1.59. Right now, I don't expect to see that coming, but if we hit $3.50, we have to see if we see again this kind of huge rejection here with gap downs. This is possible, so keep that in mind. The high volatile bearish zone is between $3.50 and $3.78. Over this, guys, good short squeeze, yeah, could be possible, could get initiated here. We break this bearish resistance. This algo is active here since, yeah, September 2023, guys. Since then, this algo is active. If we break this algo, that don't need to happen immediately a short squeeze, but the short squeeze chance gets very, very high for Lucid if we can break this kind of resistance level. Guys, that was my quick summary here of Lucid. If you want to copy the price levels here from my chart, what you see here is called TradingView. This is the chart tool what I use, guys, for my videos and of course for all my trades. It is very, very important, guys, that you have a good chart tool if you want to learn trading, if you want to understand what the market makers are doing. That's why I show you this here, guys. Great traders use great tools, simple like that. I use that, guys, and I'm very successful with my trades by using TradingView. I'm not sponsored, guys, but if you want to get TradingView today, I have here a discount link in the video description for the premium tier. You can just check that out here, guys. So if you want to start to use TradingView today. My friends, that was the update on Lucid. Don't forget to check out here our Patreon. We have a lot of short squeeze stocks available here. There are a lot of tickers which didn't squeeze yet. So check that out. You're welcome here to join in. And if you don't want to miss any updates, then please hit the like and subscribe button right now. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this video and see you in the next one. Arigatou gozaimasu. Vielen Dank. Alles Gute und bis zum nächsten Lucid Video. Take care. Bye bye, guys.